I definitely feel like I need a latte and a biscuit before this video. So today's video is a little bit of an update. I'm getting quite a few questions at the moment, which is great because I do encourage social interaction on numerous sites, particularly YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And I just thought rather than message people individually, I will answer a few questions or common questions that I keep getting asked time and time again. Sort of the main one at the moment tends to be, what is going on with you and Dan? Which obviously would make sense. I'm based at Churston. It's my home golf club. It's where I play most of my recreational golf. I also use his offices and he helps me out. Him and Jordan and Johnny and Lee in the past when I needed some help with editing or filming, etc. So I thought I'd just explain to you sort of what's going on and where we're at the moment and where we look to be going moving forward. So starting with the channel that you're watching this video on, this is entirely my own channel. I'm in charge of the content, I do all the filming, I do all the arrangements, etc. So this is my own baby. You may have seen we've now changed, or Dan has changed the DHG Plus channel into the podcast channel. It's called the Two Ball Podcast, which is me and Dan. That channel is completely 50-50. I think I'll be doing some editing of the podcast in the future. At the moment, Dan's doing the main body of the editing. But ideas and what we create and what we talk about will be sort of a joint decision with the help, obviously, of Jordan, who is still connected and works for Dan. That's sort of an exciting thing for me, really. It's good to have lots of different sort of fingers in different pies and have lots of sort of avenues, and potentially the podcast. It's going to bring people to this channel, hopefully, and we can spread the word through the podcast, but it also gives us a different platform to be a little bit more controversial, to sort of discuss subjects that not necessarily you would discuss on your main YouTube channel. I mean, it won't be for everybody, but it's good that you can watch it on the channel, but it'll also be available on a few different sites as primarily as a podcast. If you haven't been onto that channel, then you can find it. It's DHG Plus. It's a Two Ball golf show. Brilliant if you could hit the subscribe button. There's a couple of videos on at the moment, mainly about the Ryder Cup, because that's sort of the hot topic, about the sort of selections and who's being picked, and also just talking about the upcoming event. And now we move back to why I'm appearing on Dan's channel. I'm going to state now, my main aim was always to create content with Dan and appear on his channel, but at the start of the year I felt that it was necessary that I started my own journey, that I moved and sort of distanced myself a little bit from Dan's channel and created my own sort of journey, my own pathway really in the YouTube business. I felt the separation was necessary. If I just started my own channel, continued filming with Dan on his channel, then the separation and the fact that people would be then saying, oh, it's Dan's channel, Leicester's sort of just added an extra channel, Leicester's channel's Dan's channel, and I felt I wanted to sort of prove to myself and build my own channel up and see how far I could progress. I guess I just felt that after sort of 2.5 years working for Dan and previously being on Mark's channel, that it was sort of time for me to, I don't know, I was getting a little bit, not frustrated because that's not really the right word. I did enjoy everything Dan did and I still enjoy his content to this day. I guess I just really wanted to sort of challenge myself more, and people was just sort of saying that, you know, I just appear in front of the camera. Could I do the editing? Could I create videos? And it was not just to prove to myself, but it's prove to other people, and that's a good motivation for me to continue making these videos and hopefully progress further up the YouTube ladder. I'm very grateful for everything that Dan's done. I just want to put that on record, as well as Mark for introducing me and giving me a platform to actually be able to create videos. It is really difficult if you haven't had that sort of kickstart forward to then suddenly make a channel and try and grow. And any fair play to anyone who's done it completely from scratch. I was lucky that I didn't have to start in that position, but fair play to anybody who has started from scratch and have built a following in a community, whether that's on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, etc., because it is a really, really difficult industry to actually progress in. Like I said, my intention was always to film with Dan and create content with Dan, and I've now started appearing more regularly on his channel. I'm not being paid for that. I want to state that now. I mean, he does cover my expenses. When we did the France Ryder Cup trip, that was all covered. He'd done all the arrangements. I literally just turned up, did a bit of camera work, bought the odd Starbucks and bought the odd pint when we were away. But Dan had sorted and arranged all that, and he gave me the option of going on the trip. And that was a brilliant trip to play Le Golf National, like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, and I couldn't turn that down. However, rather than being paid to help Dan or film, particularly for days, which in the YouTube business at the moment, it's a difficult environment. It's hard to earn money through sort of ad revenue, and subscribers are not growing as quickly as you'd like on everyone's channel, and views tend to be sort of, I don't want to say declining, because they're just sort of flatlining, so they're sort of almost remaining at the same level. I didn't really want to be paid on a day rate, and we had discussed that in 2022, the end of the year. But we decided that when I did some work for Dan, he would appear on my channel. So if we went and did, we went up to the Berkshire a month or so ago, and we basically filmed with Mitchell Spearman, who was the golf coach. You've probably seen a few of the videos on Dan's channel. We then played 6 holes on Dan's channel, 6 holes on my channel. So instead of being paid, I'm actually receiving content to put on this channel, which includes Dan. For me, that is way more valuable than receiving a payment for doing that work. And I want to try and grow my channel. Having Dan on the channel obviously brings some of his audience across. It also picks up more views than if I just play with someone who's not a renowned YouTuber or a known name in the golf industry. Being on Dan's channel obviously as well helps me, because it keeps me in the limelight. He's getting way more views than I'm getting. He's got a bigger channel than mine. So by me appearing on his channel, that helps, hopefully again, brings people across that watch his stuff onto my channel. And he's been great in sort of promoting my channel and helping me to grow as well, which I sort of very much appreciate. So hopefully that answers a few of those questions. So just summarising, I have my own channel, which you will know because you're watching this particular video. Me and Dan have got a channel which we sort of 50-50 on, which is the Two Ball Golf Show, which is originally DHG Plus channel, which is a sort of primarily a podcast and chat show channel. And then I'm also doing work with Dan. He'll appear on my channel and I'll appear on his channel as and when, really. So got a few little ideas that we want to work together on and sort of create. So we're going to try and get the bus tour back for 2024. We do still have an event this year, which is at Bowood at the end of October. So if you want any information on that, then send me a message or email me at lester_barnes@hotmail.com for more details. That's down in Bowood in Cornwall. So if you do get the opportunity, you want to come and play golf with us, and you want to come and join the fun, then obviously get in contact. Hopefully that gives you a good update. Thanks for watching the video. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment below, and please spread the word.